This video will demonstrate glass sculpting in the chemistry lab. The glass I start with will be very long. This is actually about a half a stick of glass. It's 5 feet in length. So the first thing that needs to be done is to cut the glass. When you come to chemistry, you should already have a bucket full of appropriately sized segments of glass. I'm going to use this segment here. It's probably about an 8-inch segment of glass. You can go a bit longer if you want, maybe about a foot. If you have a special project where you need a very long piece of glass, that can also be done. But I'm going to work with my little piece here, showing you some of the things you can do. This Bunsen burner flame, you need a good Bunsen burner flame with the inner cone. I'm going to heat my glass at the top of that inner cone. I'm rotating the glass, so if you can see my fingers, like a rotisserie, I'm trying to heat all sides of the glass evenly. This nice orange glow that you get is from sodium ions in the glass. Once you see that glow, it means the glass is getting soft. So now it's bendable. I can bend this glass. It does cool fairly quickly, so if I want to sculpt, I've got to have a vision in mind. What do I want to do with this glass? In this case, I'll make a bend here. And maybe you're saying, well, you could make your initials or something like that. Another thing I can do is I can twist the glass. So when I twist the glass, I'm going to turn, with my left hand I'm turning counterclockwise, with my right hand I'm turning clockwise. And the glass in the middle is going to twist. I like twists. I think they come out looking really neat. Wherever the hottest part of the glass is, that's where the twist is going to occur. So I'm moving my hot spot. I don't know if you can tell whether you can see that. I'm moving the hot spot. So the hot spot is no longer in the middle of the glass, it's more toward my right hand. And as I go along, it's making pretty little swirls in the glass. Alright, I'm going to now stretch. So you can stretch the glass to great lengths. Stretch. So it may be so fine you can't see in the video, but this is a slender piece of glass connecting what's up here to what's down here. There we go. If I don't like that, or if I want to say I want to cut it, there, I just cut the glass into 2 pieces. Each one, as I heat the tip of the fine glass, is making a little teardrop of glass. So at the end of my nice string, I've got a teardrop of glass. If I let it cool, I've got something that looks very nice to me. It's got the beautiful twists. It's got the teardrop at the top right there. It's art. The possibilities are numerous. So as you see, we can bend, we can twist, we can stretch. You can also join 2 pieces of glass together. If you're trying to make a giraffe, you'll want to do that. So let me see. First I'm going to cut this off here. If you want to join 2 pieces of glass together, both have to be hot. So right now you can tell this end is hot. It's got that beautiful orange glow on it. So that's hot. It's ready to join to another piece of glass. But the piece of glass in my right hand is cold. So I'm going to try to heat both, rotating, getting all sides of the glass hot. So this one you can see is glowing beautifully. This one has a little glow to it now. I can join these. So I'm going to kind of mush them together. Mash, mash, there we go, mash. Alright, so these, once it cools, are joined. And you can imagine, if I did it well, it could stand on its own. Right now it only has 2 feet, it won't stand. But I can also do this now. I'm going to try to wrap around this segment here, the shorter segment. I'm going to wrap it around the longer segment, making like candy cane stripes, and that could be nice. I'm stretching it out a little bit as I go because that makes a thinner bead of glass. And now I've got it just the right temperature so that I can spin the long piece of glass while the shorter piece of glass is getting melted on top of it. There we go. That's great. These pieces of glass are getting too short to work with now, so I'm going to take this out of the fire. There we go. Alright, so I'm hoping There's my little short piece of glass in my left hand. This is my work of art in my right hand here. This is very hot. So there's still heat all along this glass rod here. And if I were to touch this, I would get very burned. I'd hear my flesh sizzle. You don't want that to happen to you. So let it cool gradually. You can set it on the tabletop. That's fine. It won't hurt anybody. It won't hurt the table either. That's a good safe place to set your material. Don't try to pick it up. Don't try to put it back in the fire. After you've let it cool, to put it back in the fire creates tremendous stress and it will most likely shatter. If you're really made something beautiful and you want to make sure it survives, instead of letting it cool fairly quickly, the best thing to do is to keep it warm for a few minutes, really. This is called annealing. I am annealing the glass by letting it stay warm. If you're a professional, you have an annealing oven that's at just the right temperature so that things will cool gradually and give the glass time to relax without stress. So try to stay safe. Don't be the one who gets burned. Recognize your creations are fragile. If you drop it, something's going to break. Oh, how sad. Another thing I want to show you, if you have a real short piece of glass and you're trying to work with it and you're saying, oh, my fingers are going to get in the fire, it is possible to use tongs. And you say, okay, well, I want to pull this end out here or make a sharp bend right at the end of my glass. Tongs will help you do that safely. So here's this little part here, and I can bend that, and I can pull off the end there and make a nice looping circle. Whoa. Alright, so see this tiny piece here with the tongs, I couldn't hold it with my fingers. I'm too close to the fire. But with the tongs, that's safe. When you're done, near the end of the hour, and time is running out, time to clean up, then you're going to have bits of glass that you don't want to keep. You should sweep them into a box. So boxes will be available. Sweep your table. There we go. If your glass is very hot, it's possible it will burn the cardboard. So don't put blazing hot glass into the cardboard. But you should make your table nice and clean before you leave. That looks pretty good.